Tiger Woods is a child of golf, and St. Andrews is the home of golf. As the child goes back home for his fourth test, how is the old Linksland going to treat one of its greatest champions? In 2021, Tiger Woods scared us all with the news of his car crash, and after barely escaping with an injured right leg, we all wished him a speedy recovery and probably thought we'd seen the last of the greatest golfer of the last 3 decades. And we had, until Tiger rose out of the ashes again like the phoenix he is. We all knew he was unstoppable, but this level of passion Tiger is exhibiting is just unbelievable. He's back to doing what he loves, and one of his confirmed tournaments is slated to happen at his beloved St. Andrews, the host course of 2022's US Open Championship. Do you want to know how well Tiger did on his past visits to St. Andrews? Why he might bring something special to this year's event? And a fun fact about Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods? Keep watching. On February 23, 2021, the entire world was shaken by the news of Tiger Woods' car accident in Rolling Hills Estate, Los Angeles, but was soon relieved to learn that Tiger survived, except for the serious injury suffered by his right leg. We were unsure, but most believed this was the rude bow to the shining career of Tiger Woods and his on-course brilliance. Although Tiger avoided hinting at a comeback in the early phase of his healing, fans knew there would be a resurrection when he was sighted at the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas, a competition Tiger himself hosts. Later in December 2022, he played in the PNC Championship with his son Charlie and served some eyefuls to the over 1,000 spectators present. The father-son team combined to make a tournament-high 11 birdies and shoot 15 under 57, which was not enough to catch winners John Daly and John Daly II. And as you can imagine, the media went crazy and couldn't get enough of Tiger and Charlie. After spending 3 months of grave uncertainty about his leg and career on a hospital bed, and many more months in physiotherapy to put the machine back together, Tiger was ready for the biggest hurdle of his lifetime. Rumors began circulating about his return before he spoke of possible involvement in the 2022 Masters. And the crowd and cameras were all focused on him when he showed up at Augusta for practice with Charlie and best friend Justin Thomas. The field was eventually finalized and 46-year-old wounded Tiger Woods made the cut. At Augusta, he played what must have been his most excruciating golf in a body going through a lot. 14 months after the car accident, Tiger tried out his poor leg and a back that had gone through an unfair share of surgeries to 4 rounds of golf over hilly Augusta, and he was clearly limping by the 3rd round. Supporting himself with his clubs and his family, including his mother and kids who were with him from hole to hole as Tiger shot 301 and 13 over par, finishing 47th on the log in his first pro competition in 17 months. But Tiger didn't play without leaving the eager crowd praying for more with a first round 71, preceding his closing 78-78, when his body had evidently broken down at a cold Augusta. Nonetheless, it was a victory for a man who was excited to simply have all his limbs intact and be enjoying another chance to play a game he's given his entire life to. In his current shape, Tiger is a miracle in motion with every shot he takes on the course, and it's not surprising to hear him say he'd be more selective with his tournament appearances. But going forward, you can expect him to circle the 4 major competitions every year as he continues trying to extend his collection of 15 majors. Speaking to Sky Sports after the first round at Augusta, Tiger said, "I have a lot of work to do. The endurance in the leg wasn't very good. That's one of the things we're going to have to work on and see what the schedule is. As I alluded to in a number of press conferences, I won't be playing a full schedule ever again, and so it'll just be the big events. I don't know if I will play Southern Hills or not, but I'm looking forward to St. Andrews. That is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I've won 2 Opens there. It's the home of golf, and it's my favorite course in the world, so I will be there for that one. But anything in between that, I don't know." Call him crazy, but that's what we all are when we're in love. 2 weeks after Tiger's atypical show at Augusta, where he'd won his first major in 1997, Tiger jetted off to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the PGA Championship at Southern Hills Golf Course. Tiger, who has said he's not in these competitions to make up the numbers, has been putting in practice rounds and Kerry Crosby, Southern Hills' golf director, who caddied for Tiger as he scouted the grounds where he won his last PGA Championship in 2007, confirmed his grip and striking were in good condition, suggesting Tiger might be closer to recovery than he looked at Augusta. If Tiger is back and playing again, what's so important about St. Andrews? And why might it be the biggest scene on the current golf calendar for Tiger and everyone who still wants to see him swinging? If you have reached this far in the video, we would like to give you a huge thanks. You can extend your support by subscribing to the channel and turning that notification bell on so you don't miss any content we upload. Comment down below "I subbed" for your chance to be entered in our monthly shout-out giveaway. Tiger's history with the Old Course dates back to his days as an amateur. He'd made the cut for the 1995 Open at St. Andrews as the winner of the U.S. Amateur, along with 2 other amateurs. That year, Tiger knew nothing about the grounds and had no experience to tap from. His uneducated game fell flat on the links as he tied 59-year-old Gary Player for 68 along with others, finishing a shot above 55-year-old Jack Nicklaus. His second time at St. Andrews was very different. It was in 2000. An older and savvier Tiger was coming off an impeccable 15-shot victory in the U.S. Open and in the process of consolidating his first golf Grand Slam. So all eyes were on him 5 years after he finished at the bottom of the field. Tiger was already hitting it long as a teenager, but by now he was a sniper with a better handle on his club and an uncanny direction on his shots. His shots had moved from being scalars to proper vectors, and he harassed the rest of the field with his cannonballs to cruise to an 8-shot victory against unlucky Ernie Els, who was taking his 3rd consecutive runner-up, after previously losing the top spot at the Masters to Tiger and the U.S. Open to Vijay Singh. It was also Tiger's 2nd title on the road to what is now known as the Tiger Slam, which is just Tiger bullying other pros to consecutively take home all 4 major championships over the 2000-2001 season. Tiger's next dance at St. Andrews came in 2005. It was the masterclass that completed his 2nd career Grand Slam. Tiger successfully owned the field with 14 under par at the end of the 4th round to claim a 5-shot win. He played a terrific wire-to-wire game to fend off challenger Scotland's Colin Montgomerie, becoming the 6th player to display such dominance at the Open Championship. His 2nd claret jug also entered him into an exclusive class of 5 two-time winners at St. Andrews, which includes Jack Nicklaus, Bob Martin, James Braid, and J.H. Taylor. On his last trip to St. Andrews, Tiger fought a very strong wind and lost by a wide margin, failing to break par throughout the last 3 rounds and shooting 72-72 in the last 2 rounds to tie for 32nd. His total stood at 3 under par, 285, 12 shots behind champion Louis Oosthuizen. This year's Open Championship is scheduled for July 10 through 17. It is the 150th edition of golf's original championship. Tiger has won at St. Andrews twice, and, being an emotional course for him, he's looking to put on a show. The entire golf universe will be standing on its toes as Tiger tees it up again at the Old Course, his favorite course. And no one can predict what a wounded Tiger might do. Should we prepare for the biggest double comeback in sports history or what? One thing you can count on is the incredible media dominance that Tiger will garnish on the road to the Open Championship at St. Andrews. Do you know that Tiger has won at every one of Jack Nicklaus's last major championship appearances? He did it in the 2000s U.S. Open and PGA Championships and the Open and Masters of 2005. Want more fantastic golf content? Check out this video.